This is the technical difficulties, and we are playing reverse trivia. I have a stack of trivia questions here, but I'm going to read out the answers, and all these three people have to do is guess the questions. Chris Joel.
Yes.
Gary Brennan.
Thank you for laughing. Good evening to our viewers in Scunthorpe.
And Matt Gray.
I've got a sweetie in my mouth.
Our first answer is pie. What is the question?
What isn't in my mouth?
That could be any number of things, right? In fact, that's a better game. What do you think, viewers at home?
Tonight
What's
on
in Matt's mouth?
What isn't in Matt's mouth?
There's 10 things here. One of them has thoroughly been in Matt Gray's mouth. All you have to do is pick the ones that aren't.
Spanner, horse, Spitfire, little Kit Kat.
Weirdly, it's a Spitfire.
Yeah, as well. Doesn't say how much of it's got to go in. It could just be just a tip.
Just a lot of Spitfire. Just
the tip of the wing.
The follow-up to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds with Richard Griffiths was called What in the Sky?
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! That's one for the teenagers, isn't it? Yeah, we all know about Richard.
combination Beatles and 90s comedy drama reference? Yeah.
He was a chef, wasn't he, that made pies and solved mysteries?
Yeah.
Which I would have thought they would be mutually exclusive, because you've got to be quite busy as a chef. Yeah. You can't just be nipping out and solving a murder.
If you do pies, though, they're essentially pre-cooked, aren't they?
That's fair. But you still got to do the pastry and the filling.
Yeah, but you could crack on with that of an evening, solve crimes during the day.
You'll be very tired, though, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, Richard Griffiths was looking quite tired by that point in the 90s.
All his career, when he's in Withnail and I, he's like my age.
That's not much of a shout these days, though.
I walked into that. And you know what? I deserved it all over.
What do you call half a towel? Is a towel 2 pie?
Oh, yeah. No.
Can I have a run at this, potentially? I might have a reasonable suggestion.
Yeah, have a run at this guy.
What is the town of Denbydale famous for baking the biggest of?
Ooh.
Oh, that's true. There's all sorts of towns then, isn't there? Because there's Melton Mowbray.
Well, Denbydale is known for, on more than one occasion, making the world's biggest pie. Because it does it for like celebrations and stuff like that. It's only done it like 3 times or something. It must be due another one. But a massive flower bed in Denbydale is the dish in which the last pie was made. Oh. So, I mean, and I hate to say that is a stupid, but on the scale they're working on, I think you can let them off.
No, the stupid.
But think of the effort in baking a pie so big it's a roundabout.
That's what records are for. The effort. And what they have done is not go to all the effort.
Also, they have to have enough people that it can be eaten. That is the rule for most food records. At least
no
through
wasteful
Guinness.
pies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just do a pie and then throw it in the sea.
Yeah.
And make an artificial island. A pieland, if you will.
Oh, the answer is what Ella is commonly eaten in Spain.
We're actually looking for something in France here. So in English, this is known as a pie something. In French, it is colloquially known as un camembert.
No, it can't be like a pork pie.
Cow pat.
A camembert, perhaps. It's very much a metaphorical kind of nickname, this.
Oh, Pac-Man.
Something that looks a bit like that. Something circular with wedges cut out.
A pie chart. Is it a camembert chart?
Yes, it is.
Just get it at the same time as you. They call it a camembert chart.
In France, a pie chart is colloquially known as un camembert.
But they have pies. It's not like it's something that
Yes,
no
but it's
French person
France.
would understand. This is what I mean. It's real commitment to the bit. Because they have pies in France, but they've decided, no, we're going to go for this one.
That's right, France. Your cultural identity is naught but a bit.
Yeah, but we don't call them a pie chart because we bloody love pies so much. We call them a pie
Although, to
chart.
be fair, we do.
Not those kind of pies, though. The big dish, because it's actually an American thing, isn't it? Where they got their big fruit pies. Come on, America. Steak and kidney. Get on with it.
I have an extra note here from the question writer. Other than a trombone, what is un trombone in French?
It's a intersection. There's a certain type of multi-way junction called a trombone, but that's in English. Now I think of it.
Didn't know that.
I say it's something that extends, obviously, surely.
No, just something that curves.
It's a paperclip.
It's a paperclip.
What?
Yep.
Only if you could go in and out with a paperclip would I accept that as being a trombone.
French paperclips, you can. I thought you were almost going to believe me there, actually.
Just for, there was a little bit that went, no, I'd heard of that.
The next answer is 24, including the horses. What is the question?
Equine version of a Kiefer Sutherland drama.
There's your split screen timer. Boop, boop, beep, beep.
No.
How many coconuts did they have?
24, including the horses. 1 coconut per horse.
Obviously. Well, 2, one, including 2.
I did that in my head as well. Oh, you need 2 coconuts. No, you don't. You need 2 coconut halves.
How many legs are there in a steeplechase?
Oh.
Now you're very close there, Matt.
Legs in a polo game? A steeplechase should have more riders.
Yes.
Legs in a polo team. Spot on. Yeah, polo team is 4 players and 4 horses, which is 24 legs.
How ableist.
I was going to say, on average. Yeah, there might be a horse with 3 legs.
Okay, on average, it's probably 23.99 legs. You're right. Rounded to the nearest horse, rounded to the nearest leg. On average, how many legs are there in a polo team?
I know that there will be people with fewer than 2 legs who ride horses.
Yes.
And I am impressed.
Yes.
Because it's the wedging motion that's keeping you there, kind of, isn't it? Like, if you're all arse and no legs, then
Good
you're
evening.
in my search history.
All arse, no legs.
Ladies.
Occasionally, you do come up with good ideas for T-shirts that we could sell, and all arse, no legs is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
My notes here also say there are 204 legs in the Grand National.
Oh.
At the start of the Grand
Does
National.
that include the people that are shooting the horses?
Well, I suppose you don't lose a leg at that point.
There are, but I'm thinking there's temporarily more legs on the Grand National course
yes,
because there's at least 1 vet loaded in the gun. Mm-hmm. I was thinking a really interesting bet. If you know there's that many legs on a polo field, could you spot bet on how many legs at any one time will be on the ground?
It depends the speed of the horse.
That's what
I
I'm
can
thinking.
tell you that there is a maximum of 24. No, some of them are in the air.
Yeah.
Could you spot bet that someone will sort of fall off and have 1 more leg on the ground? And therefore, because the horses, when they run, they don't have all 4 legs on the ground, 4 feet on the ground, do they?
No.
So the answer is
There was
always
some
yes.
fuss about that, I remember, with the first photography.
Actually,
Yes, there was,
There
wasn't
are
there?
no legs on the ground in a match of polo because there are feet.
Nope.
Hooves.
Yep.
Thank you.
And yes, you can make that bet. Just your odds will probably be terrible.
Yeah. Astronomical.
That's what I mean. It'd be really good if it pays out.
You'd only win as much as it needed in observation equipment to prove your point, I think.
And it's a bet that you could throw if you were to get someone to fall off their horse strategically at the right point in time.
I'm just imagining you practicing with a zoetrope.
Yeah. That's it. Real Victorian.
Sorry, I'm going to use some Gen Z internet humour here and maybe Gen Alpha spread bet on my zoetrope till I come.
Yeah, there we go. Wow. Full spit take. Well, no, he can't even swallow that water. That is stuck. Is it going to come out? Is he going to manage to choke it down? We just don't know. All right,
Bet
there we
on
go.
that. Speed spread bet. You can spot bet on that.
Next answer on my card is Weird Al Yankovic. What is the question?
Daniel Radcliffe.
It is indeed the answer. Absolutely right. Sorry.
Very good. I forgot
But
about
the thing
that.
is, don't fill in why. I just like the fact. I mean, I know the reason why. But subject. Response. Correct. Reasoning. There is none.
It's basically
Cows. Hens. Correct.
Never mind number wang. This is fact wang. Next answer.
Her Majesty the Queen. Bell bottoms. Correct.
Do you want to piece that one together, Chris?
He's playing him, isn't he, in the biopic?
Yes.
You said it the way I say it.
Biopic.
No, that's what people have been saying. It's only in the last couple of years I've heard people pronouncing biopic as biopic. When did that start? Who started it?
Me.
No, you said it the right way.
I don't think I've ever heard it said. I've only ever seen it written.
Bloody, I've heard it, like, even on Radio 4. I've heard them going, the new biopic. I'm like, no, it's biopic. Surely it's biopic. Did I dream it? So thank you.
Well, I suppose...
Thank you.
Well, you end up with...
These are the things that keep me awake at night.
You'd end up with biography,
Yeah,
where
that's
they
what
just
I mean.
draw a line about how alive you were.
And you'd end up with Bionic instead of Bionic.
Yeah. which
this
is
is
probably
the
where
thing.
I picked the pronunciation up from. Because that, the other way, does unfortunately make sense.
That's what's annoyed me, is the fact it's wrong, but it is more right.
You don't have an antibiotic.
Bio, right? It should be biopic.
Does that mean you now get prebiopic and probiopic?
Yes. Prebiopic is like your mum and dad having it off.
The next answer on my card is Tafelberg. What is the question?
Tabletown.
Now, it's not Tabletown, but you're halfway there.
Taffel.
Kartoffel is potato.
That's another word that it isn't, but keep going. We'll get one.
Well, the first one was to correct you.
And the second one was to tell you to off.
Yeah.
Tafel, why do you think it's table?
Because I got the word wrong in German, but I know Berg is correct.
And in German, Tafel is blackboard.
Blackboard Town.
But weirdly, you actually got it right. It is table something.
Table Mountain in South Africa.
Which means the language is?
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
Wow. So that's
Because
the...
Berg means hill.
Because Berg means hill. Spot on. And Afrikaans is based on?
Hang on a minute. I got none of that right. Yet somehow...
Right.
How did that work? I got Tafel wrong.
I was going to say.
Tafel is not...
No.
No,
But
Berg I got wrong because it actually means
Mountain,
mountain.
yes.
And yet somehow, from me going Tabletown, we've hit Table Mountain, and somehow I've landed that right.
Because Afrikaans is based on
Dutch.
Dutch.
So yes, you thought that Tafel was table in German. It's not, but it is in Dutch or Afrikaans, because one language is based on the other. So you got your European language wrong, and then magically everything kind of connected.
Also, what's Berg in German? Because the German for town is Borg with an O, isn't it?
German is right for mountain, but
Yes.
German Berg is mountain.
Yes, and
Because you'll have towns that are named after the hill they're on.
Yeah.
But there must be something to do with Berg and German because citizens, people of a city, are called burgers.
City in German is Stadt.
Stadt. Okay,
Stadt.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we started off with Tischstadt.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
I do not have a GCSE in German. I gave it up before GCSEs.
I do, and somehow...
Ah, yes, of course. And that wouldn't be a Latinate route, so you're doomed
No, I'm
from the
stuck here,
outset.
yeah.
The next answer on my card is bikini. What is the question?
Nuclear testing.
Nuclear testing?
Atoll.
Yeah, Bikini Atoll is that shape. It didn't used to be that shape.
Oh,
We've got very similar answers here, but different. I was going to go for SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
which is bikini bottom, is that right?
Bottoms.
Well, presumably that is a pun on the bottom half of a bikini, unless, you know.
Or it could be...
He's right, you know. There was a joke there all along.
It's not bikini atoll, it's not bikini bottom, but it is part of a bigger phrase with bikini in it.
Oh, itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot.
Correct, yes.
Timmy Mallet.
Bombalurina.
Bombalurina featuring Timmy Mallet.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely
you.
right. Although not the original singer.
Who was the original singer? Paul McCartney?
It's going to be someone that you're not allowed to say on the internet.
Barry White.
Brian Hyland, apparently, was the first person to put that song out.
Yeah, but that wasn't with Bombalurina, though.
No, it wasn't. That was June 1960, and it is
Yeah.
a very different song in style. It's pretty much the same lyrics, same story, but then basically someone came along and was like, should we do a pop version of this and get Timmy Mallet to sing it? Do you know who that someone was, or at least one of the someones who came
Was
along?
it Stock, Aitken and or Waterman?
No, it's someone...
Simon Cowell.
You're in the right vague area in that it's someone to do with music. A lot of people will know them. They're British, and a lot of people will think they're a dick.
Oh, God,
Not
not the
Ian
one that killed people.
Not Ian Levine.
Spectre.
No, not Phil Spector. Also had a hit with a version of the Tetris theme.
Not Jonathan King.
No.
Oh, God. H.P. Baxter.
No! But he also had a hit with...
Whistling Dave by Scooter.
No, in this case, this was Tetris by Dr. Spin. They all had the same producer, who you will know from doing very big productions.
Hans Zimmer.
Lloyd Webber.
Lloyd Webber.
Bloody hell.
Andrew Lloyd Lloyd Webber was one of the producers of Bombalurina, who did the cover of Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny. There are a number of pop hits that Lloyd Webber has had under various different names, just taking a cut of the production. Next answer on my card is Millennium Centre. What's the question?
If you were going to create a swimming pool and leisure centre and make it as decrepit as what would you name it?
Yeah, okay. There's going to be half a dozen Millennium Centres in the UK.
There's a
isn't
lot
there?
of Millennium Centres and Millennium-funded things that were very good ideas that turned out to be entirely unsustainable. National Centre for Popular Music in Sheffield being, of course, the prime example of this. Now, if you go to Sheffield, there's some massive buildings that look like curling balls.
Yeah, they're
right?
a type of drop. I think they've gone.
Have they gone? No, they've become a student union now, I think.
No, I think that's been and gone. They're either scheduled for demolition or they're gone.
But it was they looked like curling balls, and they had the tops of them would spin round, like move around in the wind for ventilation.
Oh, did they? Classic.
I didn't know that. Millennium designed.
Yeah, the
over-engineered.
architecture was very...
Just look these up. Opened on the 1st of March 1999, closed in June 2000.
Yeah, it lasted 5 minutes. The whole thing was basically because Pulp and Human League, therefore Sheffield is staking its claim as the centre of popular music in the UK. Literally nobody went.
104,000 visitors after 7 months on a target of 400,000 a year.
Okay, fine. Is it Greenwich?
It's not.
No, that was a Millennium experience.
No. I meant Greenwich, because it's got the time.
Oh, I see. Time right up your middle bits. Yeah.
I'm surprised that Gary has not got this already.
I'm floundering slightly mainly because there were so many Millennium centres. Oh, Wales, Cardiff.
Oh,
I've been in that.
In the Stones Horizon Sing. Yes,
that's even what the we were looking for the quote on the front, which is by poet Gwyneth Lewis. In these Stones Horizon Sing. Anyone want to give me the Welsh that's next to it?
No,
I don't want to read it out either, so you can Google
Can
the
I have a go at
pronunciation.
reading it out?
You can, yes.
Croy gwir fel gwydir o ffwrnais awen.
Do you know there's so much information on these cards you're not obviously giving us?
Yeah.
You bastard.
There's loads.
The Millennium
sometimes I do.
Centre in 2006, Channel S4C set a world record for the most people with the same surname in one place. Anyone have a guess at the surname involved?
Davis.
No, but right idea.
Jones?
Correct.
He's got in his element now, hasn't he? He's got the question card, he's got the
There
power.
were- there
That's true. Should we just spin around?
224 of them for the TV show Jones.
That's a bit harsh for the other 1,221 who didn't get a credit.
Right, I know. Well, Grace Jones performed at it. Brave looking.
She's probably one of the named ones then.
And Gethin Jones as one of the hosts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the previous record was a gathering of 583 Nordbergs in Nordberg, Sweden. Full of facts, this programme, isn't it? Right, anyway.
Jones is in Wales. Did they at least have Tom?
Well, he's not mentioned. That's quite disappointing, isn't it?
It
Of
strikes
all the
me-
Joneses, you want the King Jones.
Yeah.
Last question of the show then. The answer on my card is Tiddles. What is the question?
What's Andrew Lloyd Webber's cat's called?
It is the name of someone's cat, yes.
Sheba advert.
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
This cat was more referred to as Pussy.
I bet you.
Pussy galore.
No.
Oh! This could have been in the 80s edition, couldn't it?
It could have been.
It's the cat in the shopping department store.
Yes.
Mrs. Slocum's cat.
Yes.
Was
you
it?
even remember
Was
the character
it?
name from Are You Being Served?
My pussy.
How did I get to that before?
1972 to 1985 that show ran.
And it did the same gag every week.
Yes, it did. As indeed do we. So, who wants to win this week? Chris,
All right.
it's your turn.
I'll have one then.
You win 3 extra points. So if you'd now point at 3 things, please.
I'm going to choose you 3. I want to demean you down to being objects rather than sentient things.
The thing he doesn't know is that turns me on.
Doesn't matter. You're not sentient.
So thank you very much to the only sentient being here, Chris Joel. To the entirely non-sentient Gary Brannan.
I'm free.
And the non-sentient Matt Gray.
I Baja blasted this drink down my throat.
I've been non-sentient Tom Scott, and we'll see you next time.